My name is Manish Kumar Sharma from IMTech from IIT Bombay in mechanical engineering. Today I am teaching it to you about the industrial engineering. This is my subject. Friends, before this, I just want to tell you something about the GATE 2015. Okay, you know who organized the GATE 2015? Of course, you know. IIT Kanpur, right? Before this year, he just organized the GATE in 2001 and 2007. And in both years, if you compare the marks of all the subjects, when you search that industrial and manufacturing have large majority in the subjects. Because friends, IIT Kanpur has some specialization in industrial engineering and manufacturing. Because there is a other branch of industrial engineering and manufacturing. It's a very good branch. Okay, so now this is the short introduction about the industrial engineering. But I'm not saying you that to read this subject only for the GATE 2015. Because if you join any industry, after the graduation, or if you have a plan to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to do masters, then you should be having knowledge of the industry. Because the meaning of industry is based on the industry. Okay, before going to join any industry, you should be know all the basics of the industry. Okay, you got it? Yeah. Now, before we start, I tell you the syllabus of the GATE in industrial. What the subject? I just divide the industrial engineering subject in 3 topics. Okay, which is first PPC. What is the meaning of PPC? Production planning and control. Okay. The second, inventory control, right? And the third and very important is you know what is the over? All, not all. It's the meaning of operation resource. Okay? So the majority of the questions comes in the industrial engineering from this. It's a very important topic. But if you want to prepare for IES and IAS, then all 3 are very important. Because in IES, the second subjective paper have a industrial engineering. The content of the second subjective paper also a industrial engineering. And there is a very subjective questions come from PPC, inventory control and so before that, I just tell you that in my class, I just want to prepare you not for a GATE or GATE plus. It's my plan. It's my plan to follow GATE plus IES. Okay. So before this, I just give you the introduction. What is the meaning of PPC? It's a production planning and control. What is the meaning of production? You know, if you have some raw material and if you want some finished product, then how can you get it? Apply some value-added process on the raw material. Okay? It means if I am talking about the PPC, what is the meaning of PPC? It's saying that if you have raw material, and you want finished product, then how can you do it? By applying value added process. This is called PPC. If you do the production, you need some planning. Why we need some planning? Because because if you start anything, you should be know some plan. You have some plan to do in right way. Because I just want to use effective. I'm saying effective use of resources. How can I use the effective use of the resources? By planning. Okay. Now the third term is very important. Control. You have scheduled data. It means your planned data. Okay. You have a dream. And now, how can you control all the process to find the output by raw material? It's called the control. Control on the process. Okay. This is the basic of the PPC. Okay. So after the planning and control, you need some inventory control. What is the meaning of inventory control? For friends, for an example, if I'm talking about your family, right? If your home, when you saw that when you go to the market to buy something, for a sugar, like a sugar, yeast daily use, you just use daily term of the sugar in your life. Okay, so you just buy in a large amount, 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg, whatever. But for example, if you need some little bit not salt, it's sufficient. 1 kg is sufficient for 2 kg for 2 months or 3 months. You just take only one packet for 2 or 3 months, right? This is called the inventory control. It's a monetary term, and you want to reduce it. Okay, so the inventory control is come after the PPC. You can say it's a term of the controlling. It's a term of the control. Production, planning, and controlling, and inventory control is comes from the right. That third and very important is operational research, and I will give you a good concept in this. But after that, after my class, whenever you go to the outside and you have a lot of questions in front of you from the OR, PPC, and NVIDIA, from anywhere, IES, IIS, and GATE, anywhere you can get. That's my commitment. But I need your attention. You just provide me your attention, and I provide all the concepts which I have in my mind. Okay? So, before this, I already give you my introductions, and now this is the basic introduction of the industrial engineering. And I just tell you that if you want to join any industry after the BTech, and if you want to start any interview, it should be the knowledge of the industry. So read carefully, because at now the GATE 2015 is organized by the IIT Kanpur, and he has a specialization in the manufacturing and industry. And damn sure in GATE 2015 saw a lot of questions from the industry. That's my opinion, that's my experience in the GATE. Okay, so now we start from the PPC. The first comes in from the PPC is forecasting. What is the meaning of forecasting? I will tell you. Because what is the meaning of forecasting? What is the forecasting? What is the meaning of forecasting? Someone say that it's a prediction of demand. Because what is the meaning of forecast? Saying time. I just break up the forecast in two parts, time and demand. What is the meaning of time and demand? For an example, I want to know the future demand. I want to know the future demand. How can I know? By prediction. Is it correct? Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm saying, if I'm saying that it's a prediction of demand. Is it correct or not? Is it correct or not? No, friend, it's not a correct. Because it's not a prediction demand. It's not a prediction demand. Because it's a statistical prediction demand. It's a statistical prediction demand. Okay? It means statically prediction demand. So meaning it's not a ST. Okay, yes. No, it's not right. It's a very important question because one time in IES they ask you directly, but they ask that the forecasting is the method. In the option, they provide you the prediction of the demand. The second is statically prediction of demand. But this is correct. It is a statically prediction of demand. It's a very important line. It's a very important fact. Because friends, we use all the statistical tools. What I would tell you? Mean, average, right? Deviations. Okay, all type of statistical tools we use to forecast the demand. This is called forecasting. Okay. Now, why we use this? Because friends, I already told you that my plant, I have a raw material. Of course, I have a raw material for an example. But in the raw material is limited. The raw material is limited. So, to effective use of the raw material is my model. So, effective use of raw material is my model. And how can I use the effective use? If I know my future demand, I can use the resources effectively. Yes or no? Yes, of course. The second one. I want to reduce inventory. What is the meaning of inventory? I just want, if I make the product, I just sell it. I just sell it and make money. I don't want to store that. I don't want to store it because it's a monetary term and I need money to grow my business. That's why forecasting is a very critical and crucial decision in any industry. They spend a lot of money to make error-proof this process. This is called forecasting. Now, you understand what the meaning? Statistical prediction of demand. Okay, now I'm saying that it's a time-based prediction. This is a time-based prediction. It means I can divide it in terms of time. How can I divide it? Yes, and if I divide in three terms: short term, medium, and long. I'm saying it's a short term, medium term, and long term. What is the meaning of short term? If I'm saying that the time range is 3. It's called short-term forecasting. It's called short-term forecasting. It's a very important. I give you a lot of examples of this. Okay, it's a very important because now what is the meaning of medium? If it's more than 3 months, if it's the more than 3 months, and it's the more than 3 months and less than 2. Less than 2. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of long term? It's a call more than 2. More than 2. Friends, this is the types of the forecasting in terms of the time. Because I just predict the demand in terms of time. Okay. Is that agree? Okay. Now, the main important point on these 3 are the examples. The examples of all 3. What is the examples of the 3? Just see. I am saying the short-term forecasting. What is the meaning of short-term? Because if the forecasting time is less than 3 months, if forecasting time is less than 3 months, so what is the? You know what is the MPS? You know what is the MPS? It's called Master Production Schedule. It's called Master Production Schedule. Okay? Schedule. You know schedule? Yes, you know. And for example, it's an example of the short-term forecasting, right? It's an example of the short-term forecasting. Okay? Now, what is the meaning of medium? You know, aggregate production. AGP. I'm saying AGP. What is the meaning of AGP? Aggregate production planning. And what is the meaning? It's a medium-term forecast. It's a medium-term forecast. It's called medium-term forecasting. Okay, so they ask you the question. What they ask you the question? The aggregate production planning is. The aggregate production planning is medium-term forecasting, short-term forecasting, or long-term forecasting. And the answer is medium-term forecasting. It's a very important question. So they directly ask you about the MPS, scheduling, and aggregate production. And so you know what is the meaning of the AGP, MPS, and scheduling. Okay, got it? Okay. Now, for an example, if I want to start any research, and new product, because research have not limited times. There is a constant because we don't know when my research is completed. So we just put all these two topics, all these new product and research in the long-term forecasting. And what is the meaning of it? Because it's a very important. It's a very, very important because they just ask you a lot of questions from this. Now, I just defined in all three in two main. I just defined all three in the two main topics. But for example, friends, you have a system. You have a system, right? You have a system. Okay. Now, the second one, if you start a new product. For example, you want to start this product. You want to start this product. It's a new design. You don't know the process of this. First, you find the process, right? Yes, you find the process. Now, after that, according to this design, you design your process. You design your process. You can say you design your system. Because your product is. It means it's designed for system. It comes if you start the long-term forecasting, it means you want to design for system. It's very important. Or if you are doing this two type of forecasting, it means you have an existing system and you just want to improve it. You just want to it means I am saying that if you want to start a new product, if you want to start a long-term forecasting, it means you just want to design a process. For example, you know the Tata Nano? Yes. When the Tata Nano is become, the plant comes in the pictures, the Ratan Tata started to find the location and he find the West Bengal. He select the West Bengal for the single plant. You know about the single plant? After some time, he just switch from the single plant to the Gujarat for the nano. So why? Because it's a new part, and you just want to design for system according to. But if you do the short-term forecasting and medium-term forecasting, it means you just want to improve the existing system. You want to improve the existing system. This is called the forecasting. Now, friends, I just want to define the forecasting. How can you find the forecasting? So, before this, you got it, right? Yeah. Now, it's a very important because sometimes they ask you in the IES that for design for the system, which forecasting method is used? You can say long-term forecasting. Okay, you got it, right? Oh, thank you.